You know, a Muslim, a Muhammadan, he posted in the previous video a video for us. First of all, by the way, I'm so you know, I mean, I'm so disappointed that he discovered, this Muslim, that the one we are calling every day is not the true Zakir Naik. I mean, I don't know how he found out, but this is what he said in the comment. He said, this person is fooling you. He is not calling Zakir Naik. All those years, I'm calling Zakir Naik and nobody noticed. And there is a Muslim today, he discovered. I don't know what to say. Finally, we got busted. You can see the comment in the previous video we just posted today. His name, I think, the 3 minutes, something like this. His name is, yeah, 3 minutes. His name is 3 minutes. He have a clock sign next to his name. Yep. He discovered that this is not a true Zakir Naik and I'm faking it. What we will say to the Muslim now? Okay. Very disappointing. I'm sure all of you are disappointed now. I mean, what I will say even to like the people who knows me. I mean, you lost, nobody will trust you no more. I mean, how in the world we can fix this problem now? You can defend it, you can say, Christian Prince, he don't mean it. You can say whatever lie you want, but that's it, it's too late. The Abdul, he got you busted. And it doesn't matter what you try to do. The problem is there. You cannot get rid of it, and you cannot fix it. Let us see how we can fix Zakir Naik here first. What happened to Zakir Naik? Here we go. Abdul. Everybody knows I'm calling Zakir Naik, and this is the real Zakir Naik. What's wrong with you? Listen carefully. Let me call you again now. Tadadam. Listen, Prince, I told you, don't call me. Hey, are you there? Zakir Naik, listen, there's a guy in the chat, he just said that I am faking you and this is not you. First of all, it's me. You can punch me or you can hold me from my hand. Look, what the heck? I'm not going to punch you. What's wrong with you? But can you say something to this guy that it is you, the true Zakir Naik? Please, you know, they don't believe me. First of all, brother and sister, if you are listening to the crazy Prince, if you say rain coming from my mouth, this is me. If there's no rain, that means it's not me. Oh, okay. So that, here we go. So now we have the fingerprint of Zakir Naik. If it's raining, Zakir Naik is spitting all over. What a stupid idiot you are, the one who made this comment. Anyway, but he posted for us a video as a response for the sun set in a murky water. Okay, so I decided to listen to the video. I mean, what we can do? You know, that's it. You got us busted. Okay, Zakir Naik, tell us about the sunset in murky water.
Meaning, it appeared to Zulkarnain.
Look, what the heck?
Unscientific. The Arabic word used here is, it is wajada. Meaning, it appeared to Zulkarnain.
Look, what the heck? The word wajada mean it appeared to Zulkarnain? That's deep. That's deep. Wajada mean it appeared to the Qur'an. So why you Muslim in translation don't say it appeared to the Qur'an? Why you say he found it? All translations say he found it. If this is what it's meant. Secondly, don't you Muslim you say the Quran is so clear? So why Allah is using the wrong word? But anyway, so brother and sister, Zakir Naik couldn't speak Arabic. He said that this is mean, whether the mean it appeared to him. Okay, why Allah is saying it appeared to him? What does that mean? Look at this stupidity. Let us say, for the sake of the argument, if you have an argument, by the way, if you don't behave in the chat, I will send you the Afrit. The Afrit, the genie, the one who's bald, you know, behave yourself. Afrit can grab you right now, bring you here. So any one of you in the chat who will misbehave, I will send you the Afrit, which is mentioned in chapter 27, verse number 39. So, okay, we go to the verse. Let us go with you. Allah is saying, brother, it appeared to Zulqarnain. Okay. Why he says it appeared that it is sitting in a spring of a black muddy water? And since when it will appear to anybody? You see that those liars, they say to you ocean and etc. But there's no ocean. It says a spring. Do you know how small the spring? When we say spring, we're not even talking about a river. It's a little tiny creek of water, spring. So it does not say it's an ocean. Let us go back to Zakir Naik. Peace be upon him. And may Allah open your umbrella. Zakir Naik will talk. Continue, Zakir Naik.
And Dr. William Campbell knows Arabic. So wajada means, if you look up in the dictionary also, it means it appeared.
Look, if we go in the dictionary, also it means appeared. Okay, this is the dictionary. In the dictionary, it means it's appeared. Well, this is your Islamic dictionary. Where it appear? I don't see it. Even it says there next to it Quran. And this is almaani.com. This is a very Islamic website. Run from the Gulf. Where is the word appear? That's deep. Brother and sister, do you remember EF Dawah? Even they call themselves EF Dawah, which means let us go, Brandon. EF Dawah. Anyway, he said, the guy there in the video said, the word Sulub mean male member. And you, the proof of that, go to the dictionary. We go to the dictionary, we find that Sulub mean backbone. But the brothers and sisters, things is getting more complicated. Mr. Mimi Hijab, he decided to be involved to support here. Yeah, this is the same guy. You know, okay, can I suck your wife tits? The same guy, Mimi Hijab. So Mimi Hijab, he decided to support, and he put his heavy weight, you know, he's a boxer supposedly. I don't know he's boxing who, but anyway, he's a hero when you fight yourself. So, yeah, you can suck his wife tits. I mean, it's haram. Yeah, it's, I mean, halal. The Prophet said, are you making fun of your Prophet, you filthy? And the funny is, if I quote their Prophet the same words, suckle me, sexual predator contemporaneous. They say it, it's okay. Don't quote the Prophet. Don't. Otherwise, you will be considered a sexual predator. So Mimi Hijab, he decided to jump in the fight, and he want to give a hand to brother Zakura. Look at this. Look at this, man. What do you want to say to us? I mean, you cannot handle the truth that Santa Claus is real and the sun does not sit in murky water.
Authoritative dictionaries for referencing the Arabic language, Alfaz Mufradat al-Quran. He says in it that this wajada could mean anything from the five senses. So it's perspectival and it's something from the five senses that is experienced from the person experiencing them. So this wajada is clearly in the Arabic language perspectival, and it's the anthropocentric phenomenological perspective.
Abdul, hold on. Just to show you how stupid you are. The one is talking is not Zulqarnain to say this is his perspective and he is saying that. The one who is saying that is your God. You see the stupidity of those people? if I am saying, well, I found, you know, something, whatever. Let's say it's wrong. I found something wrong, which is mean I was wrong about my finding. And my sense was not helping me for some reason, you know. But the one is talking is Allah. Idiot. They ask Muhammad, can you tell us about the guy who is from Egypt? Look how stupid they are, supposedly the story. That was the Muslim story. And he is from Egypt, but his father is a Greek. And he built the city of called Alexandria. What his name, what his name, what his name. Let us go, Brandon, obviously. So Muhammad, he went home and he waited for a few days and he came with the answer. And he said, Allah told me to tell you. If you go back to the verse, you will see, I forget about the Afrit. This Afrit will keep coming to me in my face. Let us close this one here. Man, Afrit. If you go a few verses, you will see that the one is talking is Allah. So how this can be from the guy imaginary? Allah is telling us what this guy he did, what he found. So let us say for the sake of argument, this guy was wrong. So why Allah is telling us that he found the sun sitting in a muddy, hot spring, not ocean? They are asking you about Zulqarnain, the guy with the two horns. Say, I shall recite to you something of his story. So who is talking? Allah. Verily we established him in earth, and we gave him the means of everything. So he is sponsored by Allah, which means the means of everything, even understanding, even knowledge, even guidance. And you will see that in the rest of the story, when he built a dam between the people, a human being, and Gog and Magog. So the one is talking is Allah. It is not Zulqarnain. So the game of he found it, and this is his own perspective, it might work if the one is talking is Zulqarnain. The one is talking is Allah, and this is long after what he found. So what the point of saying to me something silly like this? Look what he's saying. Enter when he reached the sitting place of the sun, he found it sitting in a spring of a black muddy water, hot water. He didn't say he found it wrongly. He didn't say he was mistaken. He is confirming the find. The one is talking until now is Allah. Do you see the stupidity? However, this Abdul, meaning Hijab, he is so stupid to the point he forgot that previously he posted other video. You forgot, you idiot, your video you made to refute apostate prophet? The stupidity of those people is beyond imagination. This guy himself, he posted a video in his channel. And when he posted the introduction, he is sitting in his car. He said, what he said, let me remind you, okay? Let us go there.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
wa alaikum assalam.
How are you guys doing?
Fine.
This is an annihilatory response video.
This is annihilatory. Somebody can type the word for me? This is what? I don't know how to type it, honestly. Annihilatory? This is annihilatory. The stupid idiot, he forgot the video he posted in his channel, which is confirming his stupidity about his prophet, that he is stupid. What is this video is about? Tell us, please.
How are you guys doing? This is an annihilatory response video to a man called Rizvan, who is an apostate from Islam and who has made it his life's mission, or at least on the internet.
Okay, just got the crap now. Let us go to the annihilatory. This is your video, you idiot. Can you deny it? This is the video you posted in your channel. And supposedly, this is the video will finish the guy. What you say to him with your sister there who is helping you?
an alternative and see this. Narrated by Abu Dhar. Once I was with the Prophet in the mosque at sunset time. The Prophet said, "O Abu Dhar, do you know where the sun sets?" I replied, "Allah and His Apostle know best." Again, you shouldn't have said that. He said, "It goes and prostrates underneath Allah's throne."
First of all, yes, this.
First of all, yes. Hey, Muhammad Hijab, are you listening? This is the video you posted. This is the video you made with the help of your sisters. First of all. Okay, what happened first of all?
You shouldn't have said that. He said, "It goes and prostrates underneath Allah's throne."
First of all, yes, this is the correct hadith.
This is the correct hadith, brother. This is what? This is the correct hadith. So supposedly, we destroyed the guy. Supposedly, we refuted the guy. But hold on. Once I was with the Prophet in the mosque. At the sunset time, the Prophet said, "O Abu Dhar, do you know where the sun set?" I replied, "Allah and His Apostle knows best." He said, "It goes and prostrate under Allah's throne." Let me drink water. So this is your video. Did you forget what you posted before? Did you forget what you Muslims gathered together to respond to the guy? This is a correct hadith. Let us go to the hadith in the main page, so people will laugh. Hey Abu Dhar, where the sun goes, brother? Here we go. Yes, this is Sahih hadith. This is Sahih hadith, okay? Okay, hold on. Maybe he will say, "I want it from Al-Bukhari." Okay? We want it from Al-Bukhari. Give it to me from Al-Bukhari. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is the hadith he is saying. This is the correct. Hey, hold on, I jumped into conclusion first. I mean, let the guy finish what he is saying in the video. He said, yes, this is correct hadith, but he did not tell us why it's correct. Shouldn't we listen to the guy? I mean, come on, show some respect. Show some respect. Okay. Yes, this is the correct hadith. Why?
It is the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, as we can see, and it clearly conflicts with the verse that speaks of Dhul Qarnayn's perception. The words of the Prophet, peace be upon him, are clear, and it is quite obvious that he's speaking of a reality and not a perception.
It is reality, brother. It is reality, not a perception. How it is reality? Let us go to the hadith now. So now it's confirmed that it is reality. So according to the reality of the Muhammadan and Mimi Hijab and their sisters, once I was with the Prophet in the mosque. At the time of the sunset, the Prophet said, "O Abu Dhar, the father of the ants, do you know where the sun set?" I replied, "Allah and His Apostle knows best," because Muslims as mushrikeen, they associate the knowledge of God, their God, with the knowledge of their false prophet. He said, "It goes and prostrate underneath Allah's throne," and that is the statement that Allah said in the Quran, and the sun runs into a fixed course. So now this is the correct story. The sun goes. Your prophet said where the sun goes. The answer is the sun goes. This is a video he posted in his channel, which means Mimi and Fifi and Sisi and Dudu, all of them, they agree with this hadith. As long as they agree, Islam is history, because Muhammad, he is clearly saying that the sun is the one who is running, and even he's quoting the Quran. Here it says, and the sun runs into a fixed course, term a decree, and that is the decree of the Almighty, all-knowing, chapter 36, verse number 38. Do you see it? And as long as they say this is the correct hadith, can they deny it now? So you try to escape the sun setting in muddy water, you end that the sun is going somewhere. Either way, your prophet and your Quran are false. Do you see this stupidity? But, you know, why they are not quoting for us the hadith about the sun set in murky water, which Muhammad said? Oh, this is da'if, but it says here sahih in chain. The guy who said this hadith is mudallis. What mudallis mean? He lie. All of you liars. And the proof that all those hadith you don't like, you accuse it of being made by liars. That means your books is full of liars. And who are they? They are Muslims. So it says sahih in chain, but for the Abdul, you don't accept that. If we go and read the interpretation for the hadith by their scholars, it says the following. Enter when he reached the setting of the sun, the place where the sun set. Look, do you see how clear it is? Let us say, for the sake of argument, wajadaha, as they say, this is his perspective. But it says here, he went to where the sun set. But the sun set everywhere. Trust me. You don't need to go anywhere to find where. Oh. Let me get some water. Listen, Abdul. I swear by the Bully Quran that today I saw the sun setting from my window. I did not even drive anywhere. You believe it or not, it's true. So the stupidity is beyond imagination, because if Allah reporting what the guy did, how in the world Allah is saying he keep going until he found where the sun set? So that is a location where the sun go to sleep. This is not the sunset we see every day. This is a place where the sun go down. So they try to fix it with the first part, or let's say the word wajadaha, but what about the part before it where it says, until he found the sun setting place? If you want to say to me that the word setting place is not mentioned, so why in your Islamic website, and this is your Sheikh al-Jalalain saying so, and this is your official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan, and this is your Muslim translation, and this is Tafsir al-Jalalain. If you don't like al-Jalalain, brother, like hold on. And he found it, it said he found it sitting in muddy spring. Aynun hami'ah, a spring containing hama, which means a black clay. It is sitting in the spring is described as seen from the perspective of the eye. Otherwise, it's far large than this. The Muslim tried to fix it now. But the Quran say clearly, you see, we are going with them. This is their interpretation. Does it say that he kept going until he found the setting place of the sun? Okay, let us say this is from his imaginary, how he saw, but the one is talking is Allah. But how we can solve the problem with the setting place of the sun? And not only that, if we go a few verses after, we will find that the guy, he kept going until he found where the sun rise in verse number 19. So not only he found where the sun set, he found where the sun rise. So he keep going another way until when he come to the rising place of the sun. Here it's getting more complicated and more clear. Until what? Until he came to the rising place of the sun. So if we have any confusion, now it's clear, because obviously the setting place of the sun, and he kept going. This is Alexander the Great supposed to occupy everywhere. According to the old, generation, they think that the world is what they occupy. So he controlled all the world. So he kept going until he reached the rising place of the sun. Now, you see, the stupidity here is that Alexander the Great is a person who is a Greek, or let's say he's a Roman. And those people, they live in the sea. I mean, Greek, all of it is an island. Is hundreds and hundreds of islands. Italy itself is an island in the middle of the sea. So if you are telling me that Alexander the Great, he never saw the sunset before, that would be very, very funny. But here it says, he kept going until he found where the sun rise and until he found where the sun set. This is about a specific location. And you notice here there's no ocean. There is a spring of water. So the poor Abdul, they are so desperate to defend their stupid Quran. However, there's more important things to do than science. Okay, can I suck your wife tits? Muhammad Hijab said, to make her haram. They are even making fun of their prophet. They are doing bullying to your prophet. They are bully. Even their prophet, they did not let him alone. Even their prophet, they are willing to say to him, let us go, Brandon. So what the Muslims, they do, the verse is so clear, they say, it doesn't say that, CP. It says, let us go, Brandon. What? Does it say here in front of us that the guy, he kept going until he found where the sun rise? Are we making that up? Is that our translation? How we can fix that? Is that from his perspective? He kept going until he found the sunrise? Let me be a Muslim for a second, God forbid. Brother and sister, the guy, he was traveling all night because it's very hot. And now he arrived in the morning. Abdul, it doesn't say that. It says that he went all the way where the sun set, which means the west, supposedly, or that direction, whatever it is. And then he changed direction. He followed another way until he reached where the sun rise. Zulqarnain did not have a journey of 24 hours. He spent his life in war. This is not one-day journey. Because, okay, the sun set, the sunrise, we are done, Alexander the Great, go home. So this is the max of his journey. He went to the max, which is where the sun set in the murky water, and the max where the sun rise, and this is the place where the sun rise. And he found next to it people. Next where? Next to where the sun rise. Brother, the city of Alexander the Great, that was named Pila, is not near the sea, but Alexander, he traveled around the world. No, we are talking about city, it's called Alexandria. Alexandria, you know, Alexander Great, this wasn't a city, he chose the location. And it is, you know, like it's a very unique location, good for defense, you know, you can watch documentary about it. So we are talking about Alexandria because this was the question. They asked him, tell us about the guy who built this city. Who care about Pila? What Pila? Focus with me, focus. So enter when he came to the rising place of the sun. Is that from his perspective? Hello? Because there is no need to go anywhere to see that. Same as where the sun set from his perspective. Secondly, from any perspective can be that we found the sun setting in a spring of black water. How we can solve this issue? Is the spring is an ocean? No. Is the spring is even a river? No. Is the spring is a lake? No. The word is spring. Aren't you Muslim? You say that Quran is very clear. Don't you say that nobody can make Quran like the Quran? Don't you say that the Arabic of the Quran is amazing? Then things get more complicated, but in different one. We will finish with this one. Brother and sister, who we should believe, brother? Who we should believe?
When you ask them
The
about the timing of the day, he would say to you, the sun rises at 7 a.m. and it sets at 6:20 p.m. So he is confirming that it is the sun that rises and sets.
You see the stupid atheist? We get them busted. If you ask an atheist, when the sun's, okay, tell me about the sun. When the sun rises, he will say to you, it rises 6 p.m., 6 a.m. Look at this genius.
At 7 a.m. So for us laymen, even if you go to atheists, when you ask them about the timing of the day, he would say to you, the sun rises at 7 a.m. and it sets at 6:20 p.m. So he is confirming that it is the sun that rises and sets.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. I want to make video reaction like you see those Abdul. They make video reaction like those people who want to get a subscription from the Muslims. Reaction for listening to the Quran, and the guy, his mouth is open like a Catholic is reaction to the Quran. His mouth is open. A Catholic is reaction for Quran miracle. You know, and his mouth is open in the video. Or like what is his name? The guy who left Islam, Kim, the Korean guy. He decided that he told him that he was a fraud. Reaction for the miracle of the Quran. This is a Korean style, like to say, wow, you know. Like what? I mean, Korean people, what's wrong with you? What, like, did you burn your fingers? So the guy, like, he play a video of Quran miracle, and the guy, he say something, there is no iron in this earth, and Allah, I send down iron. The guy, the Korean guys, take it easy, man. And later we find out that he don't care for Islam, he was just fooling them, and he decided to leave Islam. But anyway, brothers and sisters, atheists, they say that to you, confirming that the sun rises every day. But things is not over yet. I wish. Where are we now? Oh, hold on. This is a Saudi sheikh. Those are the real sheikh, not the most YouTubers. I don't know if you will be able to see the translation in the screen. It has to go down a little bit so you can see the translation. I think now the translation is good, but his head is gone. I mean, what kind of I need to change my team, by the way. The one who by the way, I receive emails not to me, I mean, so to people who supposedly they know me. They say, can you ask Christian Prince to let his secretary call us? They think I have a secretary. They think I have offices. I mean, they think that... Anyway, so this guy here is refuting the kuffar. What happened?
بالحقيقة الذي عليه علماؤنا كالشيخ الإمام عبد العزيز بن باز الشيخ صالح الفوزان حفظه الله تعالى أن الأرض ثابتة لا تتحرك وهذا هو مقتضى النصوص ومقتضى العقل أصلا.
All those sheikhs, they are mentioned by those sheikhs that they are the one who can explain the Quran, and they are saying to you that the earth is fixed and doesn't move. The earth is fixed and it does not move. Tell us more.
ثابتة لا تتحرك وهذا هو مقتضى النصوص ومقتضى العقل أصلا. والأدلة أيضا.
And this is what according to the Quran. Okay, now, and then he said, continue. There is an ample Quranic evidence that the sun that revolves around the earth. Continue.
كثير عن الشمس التي تدور. الأدلة العقلية بارك الله فيكم.
You know, intelligence evidence. intelligence evidence, like, or evidence based on reason, as translated here. Okay, tell us more.
أنكم تقولون أنهم يعني نظريات وما أدري كيف. حتى نحن عندنا نظريات وعندنا عقول كمسلمين.
Yeah, we Muslims, we have brain too, like, for sure. Like, come on. I mean, who can deny that? Tell us more about your brain.
أولا نحن الآن في أين؟ نذهب إلى مطار الشارقة.
He is a Sharjah. He's in a Sharjah. Okay. Okay, where, you know, like if you live in Emirat now, you go and you are in Emirat. Okay, so we are in Emirat. Now what will happen?
نريد أن نذهب إلى الصين.
We want to go to China by airplane.
واضح؟ ركزوا معي.
He will explain to you now how the airplane move from Emirat, brother, to China. Listen carefully. According to the Quran.
هذه الأرض إذا قلتم أنها تدور.
This is the earth.
إذا خرجنا من مطار الشارقة.
Okay.
برحلة دولية إلى الصين.
So if we leave the airport of Sharjah in international flight to China, what will happen? Listen carefully.
الأرض تدور صح؟ طيب لو وقفت الطائرة في السماء.
He is saying, okay, according to them, the earth go around itself, right? Okay. So if the airplane stand in the sky, doesn't move. If the plane stopped in the mid of the air, wouldn't China come to it?
أليست الصين تأتي؟ صح ولا لا؟ تدور تأتي الصين ولا ما تأتي؟
Sure, it's going to come.
طيب لو كانت الشمس
water. One day I will die here from laughing. The Sin come to us. The China come to us. If you, okay, you go in the airplane and you make the airplane stand in the use a helicopter. Okay, go in the airplane and let the airplane stop in the air. Helicopter. And you want to go to China? China will come to us. Brother, do you think that we Muslims don't have a brain? This is what he said, huh? Okay, hold on.
نذهب إلى مطار الشارقة. نريد أن نذهب إلى الصين بالطيارة. واضح؟ ركزوا معي. هذه الأرض إذا قلت.
I love it when he say focus with me. Focus. Like this is because this is need a lot of focusing. I mean, we have to be honest here. Focus. Okay. Tell us more.
بالطيارة. واضح؟ ركزوا معي. هذه الأرض إذا قلتم أنها تدور. إذا خرجنا من مطار الشارقة برحلة دولية إلى الصين. الأرض تدور صح؟ طيب لو وقفت الطائرة في السماء أليست الصين تأتي؟ صح ولا لا؟ تدور تأتي الصين ولا ما تأتي؟ طيب لو كانت الشمس الأرض تدور هكذا لو تمشي الطيارة ما أدري كم تمشي لن تستطيع أن تلحق الصين لأن الصين تدور وأنت تدور.
Oh boy, if the airplane kept going, China is going too. So we will never meet because the airplane is going and China is coming. So we will never meet. But we have to be here focusing. This is so good. And did you notice that he said this is according to the Quranic verses? Why the Muslims don't say lie number 120? Nobody make video for him to say you're a liar. The poor Christian prince, everybody say Christian prince is lying, Christian prince is lying. But when a Muslim he make a video, nobody go say what are you? This guy is an official government TV. If he says something against Islam, he will be, you can imagine what will happen. And this is what he been chosen from all the cleric to teach. He's not just a normal person. And I assure you, he have a very high salary. Focus with me, brother, focus with me. So if the airplane is moving and China is coming, that means we'll never go to China. Because China is moving, brother. It's a true story. Tell us more.
طيب لو كانت الشمس الأرض تدور هكذا لو تمشي الطيارة ما أدري كم تمشي لن تستطيع أن تلحق الصين لأن الصين تدور وأنت تدور.
Absolutely.
ولن تستطيع أن تصل إلى الصين لأنك تدور وهي تدور. فكيف تصل إلى الصين؟
How you go to China?
ثانيا من الأدلة أيضا قوله صلى الله عليه وسلم من البيت المعمور. أين البيت المعمور؟
Look, now he will give us more evidence from the Prophet himself. The house of Allah. Where is the house of Allah? Baytul Ma'mur. The built house. There is a house in the heaven. Where it is? Tell us where.
في السماء السابعة.
Seven heaven.
محاذاة إيش؟ قال عليه الصلاة والسلام لو سقط على إيش؟ الكعبة.
Look at this, brother. The house of Allah is fixed in the top of the Kaaba. Okay. So if the earth is round, as they say, and the earth is going around itself, as they say, so how the house of Allah is fixed in the top of the Kaaba in the seventh heaven? Like, hello? I mean, seriously, you are a bunch of crazy people, those Christians. What's wrong with you? The house of Allah, brother, like, explain to me more about the details about the location of the house of Allah. I did not get this one, as you know, like, because, you know, today I did not eat good food, you know. Tell me more.
ولن تستطيع أن تصل إلى الصين لأنك تدور وهي تدور. فكيف تصل إلى الصين؟
No way.
ثانيا من الأدلة أيضا قوله صلى الله عليه وسلم من البيت المعمور. أين البيت المعمور؟ في السماء السابعة. محاذاة إيش؟ قال عليه الصلاة والسلام لو سقط على إيش؟ الكعبة. أنتم تقولون الأرض تدور. طيب لو
Brother, I think this is the last day I'm going to go live, because that's it. I mean, that's it. What I will say to the people who listen to me. I mean, let us here be careful. The Prophet, he gave us a clear evidence that the house of Allah is located in the top of the Kaaba. And if it's fail, it's going to fail in the top of the Kaaba. Straightforward. Brother, I'm not sure how those Christians, Hindus, Buddhas, everybody can reject such a powerful evidence. Sometimes I ask myself, why people don't see what the Muslims see? Isn't it really clear? What's wrong with them? Why they are blind? Ah, I forgot. When when Mimi Hijab was making his video, he mentioned a sheikh. His name is Ibn Taymiyyah. Man, Ibn Taymiyyah is the one who will tell us what the verses mean. Brother, are you sure? Well, Ibn Taymiyyah, in his book, An-Nubu'at, volume number 1, page number 6, it says that it's very well known that people, they do magic and they can't ride their broom or even an empty jar, and they fly with it on air from country to country. Ibn Taymiyyah, really? This is the guy who will explain the Quran for you? Let us translate to English, because maybe some Prince is lying. Hold on. Let us move it here. Who want the reference? Anyone want the link? If anyone wants the link, I will give it to you. Okay. This is the link. Okay. So if you are a Muslim and you have a doubt that this is a Christian website or something, please check it out. So here now, we are going for you in front of you. We will do an experiment of those who Muslim, they ask for their help to fight us and to get us busted. You know what? I need to find a better website than this one because the text is all over the place. Is that I cannot. Let me see if I shrink the page. Does the text shrink with it? Because I need. No. Yeah, actually it does. Okay, that's good. Because I need to use Google Translation, and the more I zoom out, the more the text will be smaller. So I don't want to do that. All right. So now we are going to go and use Google Translation. Shall we? Click. Translate to English. The title. The Book of the Prophecies, Ibn Taymiyyah. Volume number 1, printed in Cairo by the Salafi press. Those are the terrorists themselves. Let us see what Ibn Taymiyyah says. It's very well known, brother, that there is many people who do magic. They can do magic, and they even can ride their own broom. All of that, so on, until they flees, and they flees in the air from country to another. Somebody saying to me, why you don't answer the question? Do the sun rise anyway? Abdul, this is a stupid question. There is something we use in the language to tell about timing, and there is something to use in scientific way. So by language is accepted to say the sunrise, but it is not what it's meant. You know, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm going to go and see you at the sunrise, but because this is what we see every day. This is our daily routine. But this is not science now. We are not talking, this is language. But here we are talking about a person who reached where the sun set and he reached where the sun rise. So stop being dummy when you didn't answer my question. Because your question is full of diarrhea. So according to the scholar, which Mimi Hijab is asking us to go and read his book, people, they can fly riding their broom. This is true. I saw it once in the cartoon. I remember I was like maybe 7 years old. And I went to the kitchen. I took my mother broom. At that time, there was no like those, vacuum machine and those luxurious stuff. Otherwise, we would ride them too. Even would be better. I took it because, this is the broom we have. This is something we inherited from a neighbor. She was a witch. So we took her broom, What happened, I went to the house of the neighbor. I exchanged the broom of my mother with the broom of the witch. The witch, one day, the police came to arrest her because she was doing witching. When you do witchy, they arrest you. So they came to arrest her. Usually, she fly with the broom and she run. But because I changed the broom, she could not. And we got the broom. And actually, this is why I have many experience of many countries I went to, because I was riding the broom. And even now, because of Corona, you cannot go anywhere. But did you ask me what I've been like for 2 months? Almost, or a month, 5-6 weeks? Just 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I was riding the broom. The true story. So this is the scholar who is going to explain the Quran for us, believing that people, they ride the broom. Mimi Hijab. Fingerprint. Okay, so now we got this Abdul. He explained to us everything, and now things become so clear. Do I need to post the link again for the thing? Don't tell me you don't have it now. Don't tell me later, Sean, where is the link, Because I know you. Doesn't matter how many times I post the link. You say I saw nothing, I know nothing. All right.